Here we go. Ladies and folks, it's fucking more Talos time. Just gonna plug in my phone real quick before we start. Okay. It's time for, what is it, West now? We're gonna finish the first of the West puzzles. I'm still a little... Well, I don't know if I'd even say I'm sick. I think it's just that I'm in Canada and it's cold, so my fucking throat go, ooh. Please send me to the West 3. Let's not do that quite yet. I wonder if they're going to introduce another puzzle element, or if we're just sticking to what we got now.
It's still a mess, but things are clearing up. I can access some of the subroutines that I was locked out of before. Nothing is obviously malfunctioning, I think.
Actually, we still haven't seen those energy
Special
fields.
significance to 1K.
Yes, it recognizes 1K as a user. I'm just hacking things.
As I suspected, the Founder sees you, 1K.
Perhaps. When you say it like that, I kind of agree with you. I am the Herald of Andraste. Sorry, I've still been playing a lot of Dragon Age Inquisition. What's good, boys?
"1K, I suppose you have more important questions for me."
Do you think the goal is a myth? Is your vision? What is your vision of the future? What are your thoughts on the theory of everything? What do you make of the island? Who are you when you're not on the job?
I'm never not on the job. I do have a life outside all this, like anyone. I have hobbies, friends, loved ones, but my duties as a citizen come first.
What's your vision of the future?
That we're still here. We're facing a dangerous set of unknowns.
What do you make of the island?
I'm not sure. It's impressive, but also garish. Making things bigger doesn't make them more beautiful. I prefer the elegance of New Jerusalem.
Are you claiming that these giant concrete obelisks and structures aren't beautiful?
If it could help New Jerusalem, I'd be all in favor. But I'm nervous that we're just repeating past mistakes. It may be one, in a sense, but I think it's also what keeps us safe. If our citizens are troubled by the potentially mythological aspect, that needs to be considered. But the core must be preserved.
That's all. I don't much... I mean, I understand, Jeremy, you're a government guy.
What can I do for you, 1K?
Tell me about yourself.
I believe that journalism serves an important function in our society, and I'm dedicated to reporting the truth with accountability and responsibility.
What does responsibility mean in the context of your work?
It means understanding that I can't just publish things without considering their impact. Serious disruptions to the social fabric of New Jerusalem could endanger lives. That's not journalism anymore.
I don't think I agree, but whatever. We don't have to.
It's a complex issue, and I think it should be left to experts. As a journalist, I think the line between speculation and disinformation is too thin for me to engage in guessing games.
Damn. This man more or less said, hey, I get you want an answer from me, but you ain't getting one for anything. What can I do for you? Also, I'm not doing anything for you. It's like, damn. Well, why'd you offer then? Servitor. Oh my gosh. I suppose we needed that though. Well, I think I figured out this puzzle though, so it's fine. Anywhere there is fine. Fucking go.
I know you're all thinking about the goal and the theory of everything. Is the past what we thought it was? Is the future what we want it to be? But the only thing that's real, at the end of the day, is the present. And right now, what matters is that our friend is lost and needs our help.
Hey, Al.
What can I do for you?
How do you feel about Mayor Hermanibus?
He's smarter than people give him credit for. There's more to some folks than meets the eye, you know.
Do you ever deal with the mayor's advisors?
I try to stay out of their circuits, and they try to stay out of mine. Helga is an old friend, but the others, they're not my crowd.
What do you make of Cryer?
Byron couldn't stand him. Have you ever tried asking the mayor a difficult question, he used to say? But I think he does an all right job, to be honest.
What are your thoughts on the theory of everything? I know you just said, hey, but...
People have thought they understood everything before. Obviously, Athena has unlocked tremendous powers, but forgive me if I'm skeptical that her theory really encompasses everything.
You're right, there are limits to our ability.
Not just our ability to know, but our need to know. More equations aren't going to make us any happier.
Do you think the goal is a myth?
It's possible. I won't trust Prometheus until he actually leads us to Byron, but yeah, seems likely. But even if it is a myth, that doesn't mean we can just abandon it. Myths can contain elements of truth, and I think this one exists for a reason. Maybe we had to create this imaginary founder because the real one lost her way.
Are you sure the founder lost her way?
It's the only way I can explain what she's built here. She got wrapped up in her ideas and lost all sense of perspective.
That's all. Thank you for your input. Literacy!
The reason I have always admired Alexandra Drennan is that even in death, she fought to see the world as it is, not as she wanted to see it. I say fought because I believe this is not an easy matter. It is a mental and spiritual struggle that we must undertake with great seriousness, even when we are joking. The ancients believed that for most of us, the world is a shadow cast by a flame, dimly seen on the wall of a cave. Our task is not to interpret these shapes, but to free ourselves from the cave itself.
My stomach rumbly.
Hey, can we talk for a second?
Yeah.
I'm still struggling. I was really hoping we'd find Miranda alive. Her way of seeing the world was so inspiring. And the idea that I can never get to know her, that she's gone,
I'm sorry.
I guess I've never really been good at dealing with death. Maybe because it's so rare in New Jerusalem. Except for pets, and even in that case, I find it very hard to deal with. I still miss my first cat, and it's been over a century since she died.
I've never had to deal with death, but I imagine it's hard. Well, no, this is a death, so I have. I'm feeling it too. It's difficult to
When
deal with.
someone dies, it's this void. I know I should just let it go, but some part of me refuses. And I feel like that part, it hurts me, but it also keeps me human. And I know it would be healthier if I said, okay, Miranda is someone I never met. She's just a bunch of glitchy old files. But if I do that, as rational as it seems, it feels like I'm surrendering something. Something that matters.
Don't let go. Use the pain as a foundation to build something. You have to let go. You're still alive. You have to let go. This doesn't help anyone. You can let go of the pain but still care about the person. Don't let go. Use the pain as a foundation to build something. But also, I think this is true. Let go of the pain as
I
a
hope so.
person.
I can't right now, but maybe I can get there somehow. Anyway, thanks for talking to me, 1K.
You're welcome, but I wanted to ask you about something else.
Of course, go ahead.
What do you think about Mayor Hermanubis?
I don't agree with his belief in the founder. Not anymore. I think the vision Prometheus sent you was true. I think she's just a human being who made mistakes and paid for them. She deserves our help, but not our belief.
Now that you've solved the puzzle, would you like to try another one?
Nope. But at least I finally understand why Athena wanted to get out of the simulation so badly.
Tell me something irrelevant.
In the ancient year 1969, a band called Mellow Macaron wrote a psychedelic rock song about the Talos principle. It's called Cretan Bronze Man's Flying Mystery Adventure.
It's a weird title.
You should see the rest of the album. There's a song about a disembodied tongue called The Taste of Your Elbow. It's 15 minutes long and features an improvised tuba solo.
Is that any good?
I think you need psychedelics to enjoy it, really. Maybe if you stick your head inside a really large magnet.
Damn. How's Bruce?
I hear he escaped Pellegrino and peed all over Melville's workshop. So apparently, he's doing great. I miss him, though. I always feel like the fact that he likes me is a huge compliment. Lifts me up somehow.
Are you covered in cat pee? Do you think the goal is a myth?
It is, yes. That doesn't mean that the idea itself isn't valid, though.
Yeah. Do you ever think about your future?
Right now, honestly, all I want is to find Byron and Athena and go back home and put my feet up for 200 years. There's something to be said for living quietly.
That's all. Thank you. I'm off to puzzles now. Supportive apparatus. Right? I see. Yes, truly. How do I get to that? And there's already a box on it. Bro. That's crazy, dude. They put this fence here specifically to stop what I was trying to do. I don't know what this will do for us. Does do. Bee boo boo bop boo boo bop. I see. Okay. So, from my understanding of it, hold on. let's get this in position first here. Does that work? It should work. In theory. Come on. How would I get the height to put it on top, though? Where could I get extra height? Yeah, it needs more height. Hold on. No, that won't work. How do I get this to be a thing that I could get on top of? Why? Okay. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong about how long it needs to be active for. Okay. I'm dumb and stupid. I figured it out. There's three. Let's get this question right. It's a goddamn test. It's a triangle. Okay. I recognize that many citizens feel the need to discuss the visions experienced by 1K, which suggests that perhaps certain aspects of what we have hitherto believed about the Founder and the goal may be inaccurate. However, given the controversy surrounding the subject matter, I will ask everyone to be particularly careful in how they express themselves. I think we have final, irrevocable proof that we've strayed from Athena's original vision. I agree, but I'd like to submit that even if that weren't the case, deliberately engineering an energy-poor future would be a disastrous and misanthropic idea. How do we know any of this is real? Athena's voice is just Alexandra Drennan's. I could switch to the same voice pack right now and record myself telling you that the goal is the truth. Ovis makes a good point. Objective truth is not a concept that can be applied to the world we live in. Fine, then we can just collectively decide to believe in something else, right? Doesn't even have to be Athena. Let's just believe in Byron's ideas instead. Byron's ideas are a technological fantasy. But if it's all arbitrary, what does that matter? I don't buy this whole goal thing anymore. Byron was right. Does it matter what Athena believes? Honest question. Let's say the founder is a myth that was constructed around her. In that scenario, what do we owe Athena at the end of the day? We should at least take her ideas seriously. Nothing except what we owe each other. We should at least take her ideas seriously. I can't argue with that. I don't know if these really were her true ideas, but if they were, then we need to think about why she would embrace this outdated ethos, and then consider whether the essence of the goal could be maintained without belief in the founder. That's blasphemy. The founder is the heart of the goal. Maybe, maybe not. Or none of this matters because it's actually aliens. Jacques 420, I believe in you, man, but I just don't know about the aliens thing. Maybe there's like a secret aliens ending where it's like, Jacques was right! Jacques was right the whole time! Like, I don't know. This looks complicated. But it's deceptive, you see. I'm now realizing the dilemma. We need to be able to do things. And also, I'm pretty sure I need to stand on that, and on that. But how would I do such a thing? And where the hell's the blue beam? Oh, it's up there. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Okay, hold on. I think what I have to do is something like such. And then with this, I go. Sure, why not? actually fine. I realize now that this is not as complex as I thought it would be. This is very achievable. We just need to... But then how do we get us out of there? Like, it's not gonna get out of there without us here standing on the boatin. Then how will I escape? Let's just start with this. Why, Lord? You son of a bitch! Then how do we get it past there? Huh. Let's do that for now. Yo, sneaky play, actually. Okay. No matter. Yippee! Screw you, triangle. a cat's cradle any day. Let's go to 3 now. It appears this question mark is quite close, actually. From selected archive documents A through C, we live in a decaying system, which in turn produces ideologies of decay to justify its existence. No matter what cultures signifers they get packaged with, these ideologies come down to the same material result. A future in which for the average person there is less of everything. To paraphrase Mark Fisher, we find it easier to imagine the decline of civilization than to imagine a civilization worth living in. Those of us who still believe that humanity can thrive, that there is a that there's a path forward other than willful or accidental decay, are out of sync with the system. No matter how we phrase our arguments, they will be perceived in terms of whatever cultural signifers the listener opposes. It's a deeply frustrating, depressing, even infuriating situation. But what can we do except patiently explain and hope conditions change? In other words, what can we do except have faith? This was written only a few months before the discovery of the virus. There was no time for conditions to change. Damn. From Rapacious Journals, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem, Day 882. It's been a while since I last wrote an entry in my journal. Much has changed in New Jerusalem. We've put up a good chunk of the planned living quarters. The old storage facility has been converted into a movie theater of all things. So we still argue a lot, but now it's mostly which film we'll be watching next. Mostly about which film we'll be watching next. Other construction efforts are going well too, although we've begun to run out of readily accessible resources. Our scavenging expeditions are ranging further and further afield with each passing month, and the sites that they've reported on sound truly marvelous. One day I might want to go see for myself. It's a good thing, in that regard, that we'll get 2 new citizens soon, because everyone is as busy as ever. More hands to help us build our future. I can't wait to meet them.
How is this supposed to work? The system is meant to last centuries. Centuries! And yeah, Chernyshevsky's plan, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But I'm working with hardware that was deliberately designed to fail. Planned obsolescence, baby. Selling broken garbage just to make another buck. A buck you can't even spend because in a few more weeks, we'll be extinct. Was it worth it? That's the part that Alexandra doesn't see. The greed, the stupidity, the selfishness, the way that we created this whole situation in the first place. She wants you to be like us, but if you ask me, there's a whole lot of human history and behavior you can just throw away. Chuck it in the trash, right? You have a chance at a fresh start. Make the best of it.
What the hell we get the regulation? Alright, hear me out, right? Not quite. Not exactly planned. Now, before I continue on that train of thought, I am silly. Oh. Because what I'm worried about is that makes it through without having the connection to that, and it's all for nothing. But I can't get line of sight under my current standards. Alright, let me think here. Alright. Okay. A super genius dude.
Tell me, Yakut, what impact do you think the megastructure will have on the future of this island?
If it stays out of control like it is now, then what happened to Miranda could happen again, but on a much bigger scale. I'm not sure the ecosystem could recover from that. At least, not for a very long time, even by our standards.
A frightening thought. What can I do for you, 1K?
I'd like your opinion on many different things. Who's running the city while you're gone?
Due to the hard work of its citizens, and if I say so myself, its latest mayor, New Jerusalem has achieved a state of balance. It does not require its mayor to be present at all times.
Interesting. Tell me about Cornelius.
Cornelius is responsible for many innovations. He helped create the designs for the upgraded body you inhabit, although the founder chose to remain in her original configuration. But in recent years, he had settled into a life of quiet scholarship. Or so it seemed.
About the founder.
Not now. Let's have this conversation at another time. You still have a lot to do. Better get to it. What can I do for you, 1K?
Could the theory of everything be used safely?
Let's assume for a moment that we could use it safely, which I doubt. Does that mean that we should? Is it right for us to dominate the world? We value our own freedom. Should we not also value the freedom of all the living things with which we share this planet?
I have to go.
It's always a pleasure to speak to a
I see your
citizen.
point. But I don't agree with it still. Prometheus.
You know, when I decided that we should call ourselves human, I did that because it seemed like a powerful symbol of our continuity. But the truth is, and I'm ashamed to admit this, I thought we were better than them. I thought we understood the value of civilization, and we wouldn't repeat the same mistakes. But the simulation worked too well.
We're not just like them. We are them.
We really are.
But that doesn't have to be a bad thing, Athena.
We may have the same flaws, but we also have all the potential they did. Everything that Alexandra Drennan saw in them is also in us.
I hope you're right. I really do.
I don't know what that's about. From Arkady Chernyshevsky, in our likeness. Essay on humankind reaching adulthood. Whoa! War is the crudest, most obscene human activity. It may justly be called an abomination, for it is the absolute negation of conscious human will. 5358. There is only a single cause of war for all the endless deceptions that are foisted upon us, and that is the acquisition of resources. Varied ideologies are constructed to justify this crude behavior, this childish degeneration of thought and communication, but history reveals the ruthlessness, unflattering truth. The ruthless, unflattering truth, not ruthlessness. We imagine crusaders as fanatics of a cause, willing to die for their religion. Yet, the Fourth Crusade culminated not in the conquest of Jerusalem, but in the looting of Constantinople, setting the stage for the triumph of the very enemy the Crusaders claimed to oppose. Why? The answer, as with every war, is the same. It is popular amongst the ghouls of the establishment and their misanthropic friends in the intelligentsia to ascribe the persistence of war to human nature. But a careful observation of the facts revealed the opposite to be true. Individual human beings must be broken in order to submit to war, their minds distorted by ideology and their bodies by poverty and ruthless training to make them compliant. Without force, the majority of human beings only seek to protect themselves and are traumatized by the act of killing. But if it is resources that are the core cause of war, then it is only in the production and distribution of resources that an answer may be found. It is not enough to morally condemn war. We must work to prevent the material issues that endanger us all. From Guta to Athena. Dear Founder, I'm afraid that we're losing our humanity. We're angry at each other, always disagreeing about everything. Unable to forgive each other for being different. I don't know how much longer, and I don't know what could save us. Please help us, Founder. Please. Uta. Trials 5359. Resuming trials with new protocols. Hyperbolic energy output contained, no errors. Hyperbolic growth. Advanced synthesis. Lossless conversion. That's from 5359, so 5,359 to 7,000. Cool. From Byron to Athena. I just wish I knew why you didn't tell me. Byron. From to Alexandra Drennan at Ian. Who do you think you are, playing God like that? When Mother Nature has finally found a way of getting rid of us, you come up with this harebrained scheme to keep our destruction of the planet going. Just try for 1 second to think about something other than your own arrogance and hubris, Alexandra. Try to imagine what you're really doing here. Without your robotic perversions, the future looks beautiful. No more humans murdering everything in their path. The skies clear up, the stars become visible again, the rivers stop being filthy, and after a few decades, they're full of fish again. Dolphins and whales roam the seas like their ancestors did, the cities turn into jungles, bats nest in the skyscrapers where hedge fund managers used to ruin lives. The Earth lives on as it was meant to, peacefully and quietly, until some day in the distant future when it all ends, like it was also meant to. Or we take your path. We continue our rampage. We place ourselves above the animals. We think we know better than Mother Nature. We violate all boundaries. We ruin all purity. Perhaps we even defy death, just so we can keep spreading our filth. Then we spread to other planets to do more of the same. And in the end, what have we left behind but plastic and radiation? Think, Alexandra. Isn't it better for beauty to return to the Earth? For us to acknowledge that intelligence was a mistake to gracefully exist while we can? And to gracefully exist while we can? Stop this. Go spend time with your friends and loved ones before the end. Let it go. Let us all go. Let there be peace. I don't understand how someone could hate humanity so much. This person must have been full of sadness and frustration to write something so ugly. I've tried to understand it as well, but I still don't. Yeah. Stratton on Socrates. And against the Athenians and Socrates alike. From the complete works of Stratton of Stahyra. In killing a philosopher for asking questions they did not like, the Athenians committed themselves to a tragedy with an ironic ending. Some will say that his true crime was his friendship with Alcibiades, the shameless deceiver of idiots and buffoons, and the inspired brute Cratius? I don't know. And that he was executed as an enemy of democracy. That he was the latter can hardly be denied. For Socrates asked not too many questions, but too few, or he would have survived the rule of the 30 tyrants. Yet, in the end, he got what he asked for. A tyrannical decision made by would-be wise men against the spirit of freedom, which he obeyed like a knave. And the Athenians, in fulfilling his wishes, strangled the roots of democracy while seeking to preserve it. Ouch, no wonder Stratton wasn't popular. People who speak the truth are at all times rarely are. So much to do, so much to see. From Thekla, beloved founder, know that I do not believe any of the lies the expedition is spreading about you. It is right. This Prometheus illusion is just a test. We will resist temptation as you once did. We will not disappoint. Praise your name, Thekla. Thekla, you aren't getting it. It was first published as Athena, a novel, and retained that title for its first 3 printings, now highly sought after. After a lull in popularity, it was reprinted as Athena Reborn, a novel. This edition retained the same text but included some of the author's poetry. The next edition, however, published long after the author's death under the rather embarrassing title Athena's Truth, included severe cuts and drastic changes to the text in the interest of updating it for modern audiences. This particularly affected the last chapter, Anthropogeny, which the editors accused of scientism and human supremacy. Science wonderkind Alex Drennan was one of the few to come to the novel's defense, writing in a long essay that the novel's clear-eyed belief in the value of Athena's journey towards humanity had been essential to shaping her own views, encouraging her to pursue science as a vocation rather than a career, and that changing the text constituted an attack on the author's unique artistic and philosophical vision. Alex, who hurt you, Lamau? One of the editors commented on a popular social media forum. Nadia Sarabhai of the Institute for Applied Pneumatics also got involved in the discussion, backing Drennan, resulting in a long but unsuccessful campaign to outlast Sarabhai from her position as head researcher. In the current context of ecological catastrophe, as evidenced by recent extinction of the orangutan, Clumsy editing aside, do the critics of the novel perhaps have a point after all? Is a philosophy that places humans above nature and sees science and technology as the only valid tools the cause of all our troubles? What about other ways of knowing, or other ways of living? Okay. Cool. Alright. We may leave now and do a puzzle. Are we all excited for puzzle? Oh. 4. Ooh. Surfing. I love surfing. What is... Oh, I'm so confused. Okay. Box. Man. What does that do for me? What was over here? Was it just that? Yeah, it was just that thing. Okay. I'm dumb. It's not what I wanted to do. Okay.
Good work.
Crazy. The puzzles are like shorter than the in-between at this point. One moment there, Prometheus. I gotta check out some question marks. I know your soul is between 5 and 6 somewhere, and I will be looking for it. Don't you worry. Is it another fucking triangle? I'm running at a triangle, aren't I? This is a triangle. Fucking... Blue! Vertical locomotion. I bet that means we're gonna have to blow it up. In the sense that we make it ascend. Guess I'll go up first. Oh. It's there. I found it. It's too easy. Alright, to 5.
Excuse me. I was looking at your research log, and I was rather perplexed by the latest upload.
Oh, Melville strikes again.
Is that your foot, Melville?
Yes. Do you want to see it up close? Although you won't be able to fully enjoy it as you don't have a rear camera.
Sorry, Mayor. Melville just has a unique way of taking pictures.
Next time you're getting an upgrade, you coot. I'm installing a mute button.
Nice. From Orinia to Athena. Athena, I know that we didn't have the greatest relationship, and I frequently antagonized you. The truth is I resented you. Resented this mythology of the Founder. I thought you had created it deliberately, as a way of controlling us. I wanted so badly to be free, and you seemed to stand in the way of that. Only after you left and the cult of personality grew even wilder did I realize it was actually a burden and an impediment to you. When they turned your myth into the opposite of everything you actually believed, I started tearing down your dreams in your own name. I realized I wronged you, and now I'm less free than ever. I feel the walls crushing. I don't know where you are or what you're doing. I don't know if coming back would fix things, but I'm sorry. Orinia. From the Atlas Variations by Athanasios. After 1 billion years, when Atlas had grown old and tired and folding up the world, he was faced with a dilemma. Heracles, the son of Zeus, was on his way to the Garden of Hesperides to claim the golden apples, which were guarded by the dragon Ladon. Zeus came to Atlas and promised that if Atlas helped Heracles slay the dragon, Zeus would free Atlas from his burden. But Atlas, seeing the beauty and innocence of Ladon, beloved of the Hesperides? I don't actually know Hesperides. Could not slay the beast. Instead, he stole the apples and gave them to Heracles, and so he was condemned to bear the weight of the cosmos for another 1 billion years. But though Atlas grieved for his freedom, he was comforted by watching Ladon flourish in the verdant garden. Cool. From the soul of man. Sympathy with pain there will, of course, always be. It is one of the first instincts of man. The animals, which are individual, the higher animals, that is to say, share it with us. But it must be remembered that while sympathy with joy intensifies the sum of joy in the world, sympathy with pain does not really diminish the amount of pain. It may make man better able to endure evil, but the evil remains. Sympathy with consumption does not cure consumption. That is what science does. Christ made no attempt to reconstruct society, and consequently the individualism that he preached to man could be realized only through pain or in solitude. The ideals that we owe to Christ are the ideals of the man who abandons society entirely, or of the man who resists society absolutely. But man is naturally social. Even the Thebaid became people that last. I don't know if that's how that's pronounced. And though the Cenobite realizes his personality, it is often the impoverished personality that he so realizes. Shallow speakers and shallow thinkers in pulpits and on platforms often talk about the world's worship of pleasure and whine against it. But it is rarely in the world's history that this ideal has been one of joy and beauty. When you tell people that a society could be built on the ideals of joy and beauty, they think you're a utopian fantasist. If you tell them society will always be built on exploitation and greed, they think you're wise. And so they make the outcome inevitable. Performative cynicism has always been the hallmark of adolescence. But has there ever been a society of adults? Can there ever be one? Why is this childishness so extremely powerful? More powerful than joy and beauty? My phone got unplugged because I moved slightly and my phone doesn't fucking charge if it's not plugged in perfectly. It's gotta have fucking... gotta get a perk just to get it. Fucking deft hands perk. 5 tools. Alright. I don't know what all this is about. What the heck? What the heck? I'll be back. This red beam here turns off the fan. Lets us all this other hoopla about. Yeah! Then how do we get it to move? It has to be able to move. I've got it all wrong. Sure, why not? I had to use it like one of those things from Talos 1. So don't worry, Prometheus, I haven't forgotten about your soul. I just gotta look around for it. But, and I already got that. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. Did I? No, I did. I definitely did. What was the question mark I was just heading for? That guy? It's a goddamn Sphinx puzzle. Boo, you Sphinx! If what Prometheus revealed about the theory of everything is true, then it explains a lot of the patterns I've been finding. Almost every artificial structure on this island is printed into existence in some kind of energy-to-matter process, or maybe by different versions of that process, some earlier and some less earlier and less effective. And I can only assume that the megastructure itself was created by bootstrapping, having one machine make a bigger one, which probably means you could create a relatively small device that turns itself into a complete megastructure. Or you could make a machine that just deploys more and more of itself and builds something. A city in a box. Depends on the power source, I guess. I managed to extract the following test string. I'm always struck by the degree to which our ancestors, in the years before the end, struggled with sincerity. They became poisoned with irony, unable to parse any information through anything except a thick layer of alienation. This left so little space for any kind of intellectual authenticity that they seemed to exist in a state of permanent agony. Ironically, that in turn made them extremely susceptible to the few sanctioned forms of sincerity, which acted as a means of social control. Then there's a gap, followed by, there's something equally damaged in our estrangement from our humanity. We mimic the forms and behaviors of our human ancestors, but we don't act like proud inheritors of the human condition. Everything we do gets filtered through this perpetual awareness of their shortcomings, to the degree that we act as if our existence was one of their failures. Author unknown. Whoever it is, I understand what they mean, but disagree with their conclusion. This perpetual awareness isn't a form of alienation. It's a way of learning from the mistakes of our species. Unpleasant, but necessary. These things must be connected to the Nema system. Maybe I should dig one up, see how it works. Stepping all on it. Alright. There's a hallucination over here. I gotta find Prometheus' soul. I know it's here.
What is my purpose? Do I have a purpose? Mother says purpose is something we choose. But I feel like there's something there. Something that's been there from the moment I was born. Maybe even before.
Well, there are many ways of looking at this, and everyone's experience is different, so you'll have to make up your own mind. But I have a little theory, if you'd like to humor your old man.
Of course. What is it?
The universe is eternal, but it's always lost in a deep, dreamless sleep. You are a tiny little bit of the universe that's suddenly woken up, and you've realized that being awake is better than being asleep. And that gives you a purpose.
And what is my purpose?
To be, Miranda. Just to be.
Also, I realized that I forgot to check the social media. To understand what humanity is capable of, what it means to flourish, we have to look at the golden age of Athenian democracy. The list of geniuses who lived in Athens at the time is so long. At this time, is so long it's almost inconceivable. Pericles, Sophocles. I can't pronounce that one. Phidias, Euripides, Herodotus, Thucydides, Plato, Socrates, Hippocrates, Aristophanes, Aristotle, and the list goes on. These are people who changed the world history. Without them, there is no Stratton of Stahiro to inspire Alexander Drennan. Without them, we do not exist. Was it a perfect time? No, undoubtedly not. But listing the flaws obscures the greater truth. Given the opportunity, given freedom and resources and space to grow, human beings are capable of incredible things. It would mean everything to me to walk the roads where these people once walked, to stand where they stood and think about the world as they dared to. Prometheus. You're not Prometheus. I must seek your soul. I can't see it from here, so I'm gonna have to get closer. Understood. It's actually between 6 and 7. Oh. Research, Sphinx, this. There we go. Well, that's that, but where is Prometheus' soul? I've strayed far from the path. Prometheus? Prometheus, what are you doing up there? You scamp, it's dangerous. It's not safe up there, Prometheus. Get down! Well, if you won't come down, I'll just have to come up and get you. And I will, Buster. Don't even think I won't. This leads right up to you. But not nearly at a high enough altitude. We need many boxes. No, we just need that platform, probably. So with that platform, we can jump. I was almost certain that would work. So what do we need? We need a blue beam. That's what we actually need. Bunko. No. That would be quite silly if that were the case. I think I figured out how to solve the puzzle, but please let me up, please let me up, please let me up. Oh my god, please let me up, dude. Gotcha. We'll be back. Test. Pretty much got you figured out, but... How do I even get up there? Hold on. My theory is maybe we go all the way around. Fuck. Alright, let's find the nearest... Where's the rail? Here's the rail. We just gotta find a way up. What's up with this obelisk, you know? Alright. I'm coming, Prometheus. That's right. It's both stars.
Great works have been accomplished by those who believed in humankind. But greater things than these may yet be accomplished by those who uphold the faith.
In times of war, is it wisdom or folly to give a sword to a child?
I don't know, that's a good question. Here, I'm just gonna real quick hit this funny switch, because now we got a real puzzle to do. Okay. Alright. Let me think here. Pretty sure once it's up there, it doesn't matter. Alright.
The founder has a remarkable gift for designing these trials. But then, she did have to overcome Elohim, whose very purpose was to design trials.
Breach. I understand slightly, but not enough. What do we need to open the end door? Blue. It would seem blue, but we also need red to make it there. We should ignore such things. Start here. Now my thoughts are more or less, we get this going. Alright. Then how do we get the blue open? Also, my silly I think I'm silly. No. Well, maybe a little. Okay. So, for now, let's do that. Then, do this. And then we need a blue, right? Yeah, we need a blue. Which I probably should have done first. Oh, shush. I think it was supposed to be more elaborate towards the end.
I am so glad I'm not in charge of solving these.
What is this? Oh! Strat.
We have of late been told much about what the citizen owes the city. Loyalty, obedience, gratitude. And I will not argue with those who say that without some loyalty to a greater good, a man is little more than a savage. And I will even say that these days there are more savages amongst us than amongst the barbarians, who we call savages out of ignorance and arrogance. But there is another question that we are rarely encouraged to ask. What does the city owe the citizen? What must it offer to earn loyalty, obedience, and gratitude? And if, as we have said, a city is a kind of machine, should a machine that does not fulfill its purpose perhaps be repaired or replaced?
So before we do anything insane, let's just place that there. We'll grab this. We're gonna need to move it. We're gonna need a driller on it, or at least on this side. I don't know how we're gonna get a driller through. Teleportation. With teleportation. Probably do it with some teleportation. I still need to test teleportation. Cannot be done through glass. How unfortunate. It's something. Ah, I am a silly goose, silly goose. Ah! Swap. have to get our portal back. Okay. No. No, we don't. If I recall, I had a reason for bringing the connector back. Thinking about it, maybe I don't. I think I don't, actually. Fuck yeah. Well, I think that's this area done. Alright. To the big structure. Where's the big structure? There it is. Only 2 more areas and we can go through these gold doors. Where am I going? I had a feeling it was going to work something like that. I'm here. Prometheus, speak unto me. I have freed you from your chains. No!
This is the last time we will speak, creature of clay.
Oh.
Together, we have told the stories of ancient gods and heroes. But the golden ages of the past are distant. The gods have retreated to their high places, and there are no heroes amongst men. In days gone by, I was renowned for my riddles. But you, creature of clay, are a riddle without an answer.
I don't need an answer. Existence is enough. I'll find my answer.
Let us hope that you will. Farewell, creature of clay. Remember my stories, and do not let the flame burn you.
That is an unsettling amount of energy. I would hate to see what would happen if one of those beams was aimed at something else.
Well, given that we can more or less interact with these beams for the most part, it just seems to be a bigger one, I would think that maybe it would be less impactful than you think. But perhaps I'm wrong. Maybe it is significantly more powerful and could burn a hole through your anything. Our ancestors used machines of this type to extract a substance called petroleum, which had countless industrial applications. Technologies involving petroleum revolutionized human society and greatly increased human quality of life, but also came with initially discounted side effects such as the release of greenhouse gases. All my stuff here. 8212. Yep. Okay. Back to the Pizzaplex, please. I can't wait until we get to the gold puzzles, and then I'm suddenly just going to be, like, slaughtered on the spot. Like, I'm gonna lose. But I'm gonna do them, just like I'm gonna get all the stars. I don't know what getting all the stars will do, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put the rest of them in at the end. So in 2 more streams. Whoa! He's gonna do the thing. He's gonna do a thing. Oh, whoa! Anyway, till next time. I've been Creature. You've been the lovely chat, the beautiful viewer at home. This has been Talos Principle 2, and it's been fun. See ya. Bye. I'll probably be back with another one. I'm just gonna upload this one, and we'll be back. But yeah, bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.